Whoa. Now, I had my research assistant put this together. This is wild, okay? Because guess what? The top 10 most expensive countries in Africa are the ones that we are going to be discussing today, so that you as an expat know where you can hedge your funds, or know also where you could take a vacation, then go somewhere else to reserve your resources, because we all know it's World War III. You ain't got time to be throwing your money, burning it. I remember growing up, my dad would always say, don't just squander all your money away. And that's why I got to say to you today, you don't want to just squander your money in World War III. I mean, you got to pack up your reserves. You got to have some savings, your emergency fund. You got to have your gold, your silver fund. You got to have your funds together. But the only way to do that is to make sure that you are aware of the most expensive countries in Africa, cities in Africa as of 2026.
Yes, guys. So make sure you like the video, leave your comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I do want to add on to what you was just saying about reserves, gold. You get what I'm saying? But I want to say the most important thing, because, you know, recently some things been transpiring with some questions that we've been getting. And I would say the most important thing is to make sure you have your oil, right? That's spiritual oil. So I know that's the most important thing. Make sure you have that oil, because we are in a time of World War III, and that's very, very important. So let's get into it, babe.
All right, number 1. Does this shock you? You gotta let me know. Harare, Zimbabwe. Yes, this is topping the cost of living index in Africa due to inflation, currency challenges. Harare has continued to rank as one of the most expensive cities to live in Africa. Now, this list is coming directly from Business Insider South Africa. The way that they come up with these cities is the cost of living, the cost of gas, oil, the cost of houses, the cost of just being a regular person in that city. Number 1, Harare, Zimbabwe.
Okay, so I haven't seen this list, right? She was just saying she's gonna read it, and that's very shocking right there.
Okay.
Because we know that Zimbabwe, the currency, it had a big dip. You know, it lost, I want to say, like, was it 100% or something like that?
Which again would make it expensive. It was unstable.
Yeah, it was so unstable. So it made me think about, like, okay, wouldn't you go there and everything would be cheap? But it seems like this list is changing. So
you go there and it'd be pricey.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
because
shocking.
Again, cheap. So for example, we're in the Mascarene Island region. There's a plethora of islands around this region, but most of these islands have stable currencies, and so the currencies do not go up or down drastically. Economically, it's a warning sign if a currency drastically goes up or drastically goes down. You want a currency that really stays stable toward this middle area, so that in geopolitical crisis, the currency is not draining, but the currency is not going too high where hyper super inflation will basically crutch you and choke you. Okay.
That's a
Number 2. Okay, you ready?
Don't hide it from me.
Johannesburg, South Africa. Joburg regularly appears near the top of the cost of living list, with high housing, lifestyle, and consumer prices driving its ranking.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see a lot of people visiting there, staying there. I know a lot of people invest there. A lot of foreigners, let me say that. And just like our last video, if you guys have not seen that, go check it out. We were just talking about how, you know, when foreigners go into a specific area, the prices will go up. It'll be more expensive. So I can see that for Johannesburg.
Okay,
but that's
number 2.
something. Look, listen to the list, guys. Listen to the list.
Now, number 3. Ready?
I can't.
This one shocked me. I thought it would be another city in South Africa for number 3, but actually, it's somewhere in West Africa. Somebody leave a comment down below if you know which city in West Africa it is. In the meantime, let me just invite you to go to www.journeywithusmovetoafrica.com/services, because these are things that we break down in the Mature Adult Intensive over 4 weeks. Now, cohort 5 begins February 8th, but I have some unfortunate news for you, good news for us. there are only 2 spots available. I mean, this channel has been getting so many views, and it's not just expats who have never traveled before, but even expats who have traveled to Asia or to South America, but have their eyes on certain regions and countries within Africa, are joining the Mature Adult Intensive to handle issues like, do I need a power of attorney for Belize? Do I need to figure out how to sell my house in Belize? Or can I Airbnb my house in Belize and then move? How do I want to do that? Can I go to the Philippines for a time? Can I go to South Korea for a time? How do I want to have a global mobility strategy? Because something so beautiful that has happened just in the past year is a lot of expats, our channel and businesses, have grown to serve people that are not only in Africa or America. These people are in Dubai, have been to Turkey, have been all over the world, but are now like, I see World War III coming. Let me understand the geopolitics down here. Let me understand the demographics so that I have some assistance with the logistics, because these people, they're like, I'm exhausted trying to figure it out by myself. It's about much more than just buying a plane ticket. There's so much to think about. Check the link in the description.
Yeah.
Now, number 3 is Accra, Ghana. Did that shock you? That's number 3. That shocked me. Number 3.
Yeah. Yes. No. We've been here, so we hear
6
things.
years.
We know things. So I guess that just tells me that there's a lot of people that's going there and building there and investing there, and I guess like foreigners. Not the local people that is doing that. So it's just going to get more expensive. That's
for
just
sure.
Point blank period. Especially when a US dollar is falling. It's shocking, but not really. But like I said before, just listen to the list, because this can give you an idea of where you might want to go or where you might not want to go. Like where's going to be more expensive, where's going to be more cheaper. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, depending on your goals, where you're at in life. If you're a single person with one child, you may like an expensive city, but if you're a family, or if you're trying to build some type of longevity in other areas that are up and coming for the next generation, then it's definitely beneficial for you to pay attention to the cities that are not on this list. Now, number 4, we go to North Africa, Casablanca, Morocco. You know what I know about Casablanca? Me and my brother, when we were younger, we used to play a game that took place in Casablanca, Morocco, in Spain. And it was a fantastic game. We spent hours and hours doing it. And that's about the extent of what I grew up knowing about Morocco, especially Casablanca. But here's the thing. An industrial and financial hub with Casablanca's consumer prices, so like products, retail, things of that nature, are what is driving the high cost of overall living. Now, number 4, I thought this city was actually more expensive, but apparently it is less expensive than, remember, at the top of the list we had Zimbabwe, Harare, Johannesburg, South Africa, Accra, Ghana, then Casablanca. But this next city is in the middle of the list, so it's a little less expensive than the top 4, but it hit the top 5.
But yeah, I'd say Morocco. I can see that it's a very nice place. That's North Africa, so
beautiful.
We don't know too much about it, but it, like the pictures and just the scenery and the culture and the people there, I can see why it's more expensive. Like, yeah.
For sure.
That doesn't shock me right there. I'll say that.
Okay, so that one doesn't shock you. Now, number 5, Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town's global appeal, strong real estate market, and high service costs. So when you think service costs, you're thinking of lawyers, people to do your gardening, people, any service-based business to get a financial service, any type of service is going to run it through the roof out there. And it's among the continent's most expensive cities.
That doesn't shock me.
Didn't shock you? Okay, that one didn't shock you.
We meet a lot of South Africans.
We do. And they say they're exiting South Africa because it's too pricey, it's too dangerous. I mean, the South Africans are exiting in droves. I'm like, golly, I've never met this many South Africans in my life, and I'm not even in South Africa, okay? But number 6 is also in South Africa, Pretoria. Now, I don't really know much about Pretoria. I know my brother had spent time on the Eastern Cape of South Africa, some substantial time. He didn't enjoy Joburg, didn't want to go to Cape Town.
Oh.
He enjoyed more so like the Durban area, George, which was a small city in the mountains, things of that nature. But Pretoria is similarly expensive on living costs, particularly, again, housing and services. Here's our rule of thumb as an expat family. We know that if we can find a cost of living that is primarily substantially lower in the rental prices in the housing market, then we're going to be saving a lot of our resources. Now, if you are going to a place that does not have a lower cost of living as it comes to your house and real estate, then you're going to be, you're going to be in that red area where you really don't want to be. You want to be just saving as much money and resources as you can to invest in your business and to have that cushion, okay? Because savings is key. Savings is biblical. Understand that Joseph and Pharaoh saved for 7 years before the famine comes. Saving, you have to do it. It's called self-control. Do it, okay?
Yeah. That's very important. Saving and investing, I'll say that too.
Yeah.
You gotta let your money.
Wise investing.
Yeah, you gotta let your money work for itself. Add to itself. So, yeah, saving and investing is a must.
Yeah, absolutely. And then number 7, you may or may not be shocked by this. This is a city we have talked about so often because we were this close to living in this city. We were like that close. But it is Nairobi, Kenya. Does that shock you? On the top, it's the 7th spot.
7's a good number.
7 is a good number.
Yeah.
It does shock me a little.
Yeah,
I thought that it was more affordable, but what I'm finding in the countries that we've been in, that the countries on this list, that tells you these aren't the places where you're going to save more money.
I'll say things are changing. I can see because there's a lot of expats going to Kenya, loving Kenya, figuring everything out in Kenya, investing in Kenya. So,
Shout out to Kenya. Kenyans are wonderful. I just want to say, having hired Kenyans, worked with Kenyans in multiple ways, Kenya, y'all are really lit. Shout out to Kenya. If you're in Kenya,
leave a comment.
Habari.
Yes.
Okay? Because I still remember some Swahili.
Nyama.
Next, this one doesn't shock me. I thought this one would be higher on the list. In old times it used to be, but it is Lagos, Nigeria.
Now I was gonna say that first.
Wow.
That's what I was
Lagos
thinking.
Lagos is more affordable
like
now.
When you was at the beginning, I'm like, okay, it might be. For me, I would say Nigeria, somewhere in Nigeria.
Not no more.
Yeah,
Nigeria is more affordable.
Huh.
Nigeria's commercial powerhouse sees steep rent and import-linked prices, keeping those living expenses high.
Things are changing. So what used to be is not anymore. So it seems like some things is rising up.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Number 9 and 10 are both in the same country. Now we're going back north, okay? Rabat, Morocco, and Maracá, Morocco. Morocco's capital of Rabat also ranks high for cost, especially in housing and consumer goods. Not a lot of expats on our channel are really worried about Morocco. We all understand North Africa is pretty racist, not the safest place to go, especially, a lot of y'all are not Muslim, we're not Muslim, so, you probably don't want to go to North Africa. But if you want to do a vacation, because, experiences are great. You never go on vacation or travel and regret it, right? You always enjoy your travels. The number 10 again is Morocco. I don't even know how to say this city. I'm butchering it. Maracá. I don't know.
America. Probably similar to that too.
The tourism demand and lifestyle costs contribute to Maracá's placement among pricey African cities. Okay, so that's where people from the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, they're probably going there on vacation, as well as the Chinese. That's probably their favorite hotspot. So they're number 10 on the list. But those last two, again, remember, they are more affordable than all the ones that preceded them on the list. But you know what you should have been listening out for? The cities that were not listed. check those cities out, plant roots in those cities. And then if you want a vacation to the most expensive cities, take some pictures, that's cool. But for your longevity on the continent, you better be somewhere where your resources stretch further.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. So guys, make sure you like the video, leave your comments below, check the links in the description, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We will talk to you next one. Shalom.
Shalom.